my name is Allison. I'm the Programs, Outreach, and Youth Services Manager here at Monterey County Free Libraries. Thank you for joining me today for another episode of Backyard Science. Today, we are going to talk about seagulls. The first thing that I learned about seagulls when doing research for this video is that their actual name is herring gull. So I was looking in books for seagulls, and it would always refer me back to just gull, which then would refer me back to herring gull. They're called seagulls because they're often found by the beach. They reside on a lot of coastlines. They also live by a lot of other bodies of water, such as lakes and marshes. Seagulls' wingspan can be up to 58 inches, which is pretty big. I think that we often take for granted, especially here on the peninsula where I live, that we know a lot about seagulls because we see them a lot, but just because you see something a lot doesn't mean that you actually know a lot about it. For instance, I knew that seagulls eat a lot of different things. They are omnivores. They eat shellfish, worms, garbage. I'm sure that some of you, when you've been visiting the beach, have been attacked by seagulls trying to get your sandwiches or your french fries. But I didn't know that they can also raid nests. And so they do raid other birds' nests and go in for their eggs. Seagulls can also drink seawater because they have a special gland behind their bill that extracts the salt from the seawater and releases it in a salty drip out of their nostrils. So they're able to drink ocean water and process that in a way that other animals cannot. Another cool thing that they do with their food is seagulls fly up really high with things like clams that are in hard shells and will drop it onto rocks to try and crack open that shell. So that's a cool thing that they've learned to do to get to food that's in a hard shell. Seagulls have a lot of different calls or different noises that they make, and I'm sure you've heard some of them. And you know, in movies like Finding Nemo, they imitate seagulls going mine, 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 mine. But if you hear seagulls, they do kind of sound like that. So they can make screeching, cawing sounds, all sorts of different noises. We think of seagulls as white with gray wings and that yellow bill, but younger seagulls are actually a darker gray color and they have little speckles of white. And then as they grow older and start to lose some of their juvenile feathers, they grow in those big white feathers that we think of when we think of seagulls. So here is a picture of an adult herring gull, and there is a picture of a juvenile. So for the research for this video, I used two books. I used bird guides. So bird guides are really cool things that you can check out in our collection that give you a little bit of information about all sorts of different birds. So if you enjoy bird watching, bird guides are really fun to check out because you can look up what birds you've seen and learn a little bit more about them. I used the National Geographic Kids Bird Guide of North America by Jonathan Alderfer, and this has all different birds in North America. And then I also used the National Audubon Society First Field Guide to Birds. So like I said, these all have just a couple of pages of information about each bird. So if you want to do a deeper dive, you'd have to look for more books on them. But these are great to get started if you're really interested in birds. I hope that you learned a little bit more about our friend, the herring gull, and you can impress your friends next time you see seagull by using their real name. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.